In this video, we are going to see how to send WhatsApp messages for failed Stripe payments. So every time there's a failed payment through Stripe, which is a payment gateway, you want to send a WhatsApp message to the user who has just tried to make the payment. Now, how can that be done? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Stripe and your action application will be Interact, that helps you in sending WhatsApp messages. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen.
To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, we have reached the landing page of the software. Now here we have to sign in. So since I'm an existing user, I'm simply going to sign in. If you are a new user, you can sign up. So here we have reached all applications page, and these are the various products of Pabbly. We are going to access now for Pabbly Connect, as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect. Now this here is the dashboard. On the right hand side there is a blue tab. Let's click on this, and as we do that, here we are supposed to name this workflow. You can give any random name. Now what is my objective here? So let's say that I'm making a payment through Stripe payment gateway, and every time there's a failed payment, then this particular notification about the failed payment should reach my user. So I'm going to name it as send WhatsApp messages for failed Stripe payments. I'm going to click on create. And as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One here is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be Stripe. So let's click on this. And now the trigger event. So the trigger event here will be payment failed. So basically this workflow is going to run every time a payment is failed in Stripe. Now here we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect and Stripe so that Pabbly Connect can collect the information. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, we have to copy this URL that has been provided here, and this here is the help desk. So please read this carefully. Let me show you exactly what we have to do. So I've already logged into my Stripe account and I've turned on the test mode because this is just a test submission. So we have to first go to developers. Now here you can see webhooks. So we are going to click on webhooks. Now on the right hand side we have add endpoint. So let's click on this. As we do that, here we are supposed to paste this URL that we have just received through Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go back to Stripe. Let's continue because here we have to provide the password. Now here I'm going to paste the URL that we have just copied. If you wish to add any description to your URL, you can do that. Now I'm going to go down and here is the version. So always remember that we have to select the latest API version. And now here we are supposed to select the events. So it is very well mentioned here that we have to choose payment intent, payment failed. So here first of all I'm going to go down and we are going for the payment thing. So payment intent. And in payment intent, we have to go for payment intent, payment failed. So this here is the event that we have to select. Let's click on add events and add endpoint. So as soon as we do that, here our webhook has been added. Now what is Pabbly Connect asking me to do? It is asking me to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So now I'm going to take you to Stripe. Let's go to payments. Let's go to payment links. Now here these are the various products and these are the payment links. So let's say that I want to purchase PHP course for beginners for 8 weeks. So I'm going to copy this and open this here in a new incognito tab. And as I do that, here we have reached the payment page. Now let's fill in the details here. So let's say the email address here is new dummy12@pabblytudes.com. Then we have the phone number. So here is the phone number. Okay, so once we have entered the phone number, the next is card information. So these are the test cards. Now here if I say decline payments, so this is the generic decline test card. So I'm going to copy this and here I'm going to paste the same. So let's enter the details and let's say the CVC number is 123. Now what is the name on card? It is new dummy 1. Okay, then we have the address. So this is India and here I'm just filling out some random address. Let's click on subscribe. As I do that, here we can see that my card has been declined, which means the payment has been failed. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the response, and yes, here it is. So what is the type? It is payment intent, payment failed. Now as I take you down, so here you can see this here is the name of our course, or this here we can say it is the name of the product. Then this here is the amount. The original amount was 4,999, but here it is showing 4,99,900. Why? Because Stripe has a little glitch. It doesn't take the decimal into account, and that is why the entire number has been changed. Then again, as I take you down, here we have received the details. But if you will see now here we have received the email address as well, and this here is the address. It says that my card was declined, but I haven't received the details of the user. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another action step here. This time the application will be Stripe once again. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be, so I'm going to take you down and I'm going to retrieve a customer by email. Why? Because I haven't received the customer details. So now I'm going to click on connect. I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection, and here I'm going to map the data. Now how I'm going to do this? So as I click on this and go to the previous step, here I'm going to look for the email address. Here I'm going to look for the email address. So this here is the email address. So this is the customer's email. Now the method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping. Mapping means that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it here. And this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as I do that, here you can see this here is the customer ID. Then again we have the address, and this here is the email. Then this is the name of the person, and we have also received the mobile number. So now once I have received this, what is my objective? I want to send a message on WhatsApp notifying the person that the payment has been failed, where I'm also about to mention the amount, but here the amount is incorrect. Now to correct the same, what I'm going to do is, so here I'm going to add another action step, and this time I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is number formatter. And here, what is the action event? Perform math operation. Let's click on connect. So as I click on this, I go to step 1, and as I take you down, so here is the amount. And now I'm going to put a comma and write 100. Why? Because I wish to divide this by 100. So what is the operation here? Divide. Let's click on save and send test request, and here we have received the actual amount. Now finally, I'm going to add my last action step, which is interact. So this particular application is going to help me in sending WhatsApp messages, and this is extremely easy to operate. So what is the action event here? Send WhatsApp template message. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the interact account. I'm going to select add new connection. Now to set up this connection, I need a secret key. So first you have to log into your interact account. I have already done the same, and then this here is the hyperlink. We have to click on this. So let's click on this, and here we have been directed to another page. This is developer settings, and here you can see this here is your secret key. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here, and let's click on save. So once this is done, now here we have to map this information. So for phone number, we have got 3 fields. So if let's say that you have received the phone number without the country code, so you can manually mention the country code here and then phone number here. If you have received the phone number, complete phone number, so you can simply fill this particular field and you can ignore the above 2 fields. Now if I show you, so here you can see that we have received the complete phone number. So I'm going to map the same over here. So go to step 2, and as I take you down, so this here is the phone number. Now comes the template code name. So I already have created a lot of templates. Let me show you the same. For first, I'm going to go to this hyperlink. So here I'm going to take you to active templates, and here we have failed payment message. Let me show you this template. So now here first of all the name of the template is failed payment message. Then we have to select a category, and I have selected utility, and then we have to select the language. I have selected English. Now you can always select different headers like a text, image, video or document. Since this is a simple message, I have selected none. Next, here is the body. So here it is written dear, then there is a number within double curly braces. Your transaction of rupees, another number, has failed against the product, and then another number. Please complete the transaction to avail the services. Regards, Pabbly Connect. Now what are these three numbers? So these three numbers are basically variables that can be changed with every WhatsApp message automatically. So you do not actually have to rewrite everything, or so you do not have to do anything manually. Now the next thing is footer and buttons. So you can always select a footer for your message template and you can add call for action buttons. I have not added this, and once you have created a template, you have to add sample and then you're done. Now comes the template code. So here in the address bar, you can see failed underscore payment underscore message. This here is your template code. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. The next thing is language code. So since we have selected English, the language code would be EN as mentioned here in the help desk. Now comes the header value. So I have selected none. I'm going to leave this blank. If you have selected any image or video, you can add the link over here. Next is body variable values. So I have got two body variable values. First is the name and second here is the amount, and then we have the name of the product. So first of all, here we have to add the name. So I'm going to go to step 2. So this here is the name. The next thing is I'll put a comma and then we have to add the amount. For this I'm going to go to step 3. And then finally the name of the product. For that I'm going to go to step 1 and here I'm going to write this here is the name of the product. Okay. And now since we have not selected the CTA button, we are going to leave these two fields blank and let's click on save and send test request. So as we do that, here we have received a positive message which basically says that now a notification must be sent on WhatsApp. So now I'm going to take you to WhatsApp and here you can see that we have received a message. Let me show you this. Dear new dummy 1, your transaction of rupees 4,999 has failed against the product. This here is the name of your product. Please complete the transaction to avail the services. Regards, Pabbly Connect. So we have received the message. This basically means that our integration is a success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to Stripe and here I'm going to copy this link once again, open this in a new incognito window and here we have reached the payment page and now I'm going to fill in the details. Let's say the email address this time is strangenew@pabblytutes.com. Then here we have the phone number. Then we have the card information. So again I'm going to copy the card details. So this here is the card detail and let's paste this. Month and year, CVC, and name on the card is strange user. And here is the address. Let's click on subscribe. So here you can see that again my card has been declined and now what should happen? Automatically I should receive a WhatsApp message. So let's go to WhatsApp and yes, here you can see dear strange user and then we have received the same message. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Stripe where the event is payment failed. Then again we have chosen Stripe as the application and this time the event was to retrieve a customer by email. Then we had chosen a feature by Pabbly which is number formatter to perform a math operation, basically to correct the amount. And finally our action application was interact where we had the event as send WhatsApp template message. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.